Hi, I'm Matt with SaratogaWine.com. Today I'm here with Rui from Symington family in Portugal, and we're going to talk about Cockburn Estate.
Great wine.
Better prices.
Delivered right to your door.
SaratogaWine.com.
So Rui, why don't you kick us off with a little history here?
So Cockburns is a port brand that has been around since 1815 and has a lot of nice stories to tell, I would say. In the port world, port tends to be a very traditional world, and Cockburns always like to break some borders in terms of releasing wines in years that nobody could expect, using all that character to play around and to use that as a communication tool. And that has been playing in our favor because the selection of wines that we have here today shows exactly some of that bravery that is the signature of Cockburns.
Excellent. Why don't you step us through what you've brought here today?
So we have from our right side we have the Cockburns White, which is a port wine made with white grapes, white varieties, stuff like Malvasia fina that we have in the Douro, Vinhozinho, Rabigato, and it's perfect as white port straight, or you can have it as an aperitif mixed with tonic on the rocks and with a slice of lime.
It was fun. I tried this a little bit earlier, and it kind of gave me almost like a vermouth nose, and as soon as you told me you could put that with tonic, I thought that was amazing.
It's becoming more and more popular around mixology. So the next one in a row is a Fine Ruby and Fine Tawny. So two wines to show what port is about as a kind of a piece of history. A ruby should be red intense, almost purple. A tawny should have that mahogany color by aging in wood and getting the oxidation. And those are the two wines that we see pretty much everywhere in the US as Cockburn examples.
These are kind of your workhorses.
Exactly.
And next up?
Next up is the most famous port for Cockburns, is Cockburns Special Reserve. Actually, Cockburns created this category, so speaking about uniqueness and bravery. So by aging a great quality ruby port for a longer period, they created a product that is a step below vintage port and late bottle vintage. So the perfect everyday port for the vintage port lover.
Excellent. And then we move on to the 10s and 20-year-olds.
Exactly. In the US, 10 and 20 is becoming more and more popular. It's one of the areas of the business that we see consumers more enthusiastic about. So 10 years in oak barrels, 20 years in what we call pipes. And the wines develop that beauty, multi-layers of complexity. I mean, you have
incredible nuttiness.
Exactly.
Rich.
Hazelnuts. And Cockburns, the signature of the house is to have wines that are very approachable from one side to the other. They tend to be very mellow and with that wood finish, that is kind of the point of distinction.
I couldn't agree more. These are incredibly approachable. So again, we've been tasting through the Cockburn line, and I just want to say thank you very much to Rui for coming in and doing this. And this has been Matt from SaratogaWine.com.